So obviously, I've been telling you that Arsenal Football Club are going to win the Premier League, but now that Manchester City have snatched victory from the jaws of defeat after that absolutely beautiful, super slice, cleanest strike you will ever see in a football game. That free kick goes in, and we are all over the moon. Arsenal fans are all over the moon, thinking that we have won the league. This is it. This is going to be over. But then Manchester City, from nowhere, out of nowhere, just randomly. It was not even like they were bombarding Liverpool's goal at before that point. Somehow Haaland leaps above everybody else, gets headed to the ball. Cherky's random cross gets deflected in the air. Haaland gets his head to it, and then Bernardo Silva is through on goal and scores that. And then the second goal, it's a penalty. It's actually not a penalty in my opinion. Ellison doesn't even touch him. He goes flying away, and he acts like his leg has been broken, but it was not a penalty in my opinion, and Manchester City somehow get lucky. And you won't see Rodri complaining today after the match. He won't be talking about ref decisions, although the referee was absolutely pathetic in this game, giving away free kicks for no reason at all. Slightest of touches to any player, and he was giving the free kick. And he gave the penalty in the similar manner. VAR even didn't interfere in that decision, which was also pretty weird. The fact that VAR doesn't give that. I have seen a lot of situations like that not end up in penalty, where the player dives, where the keeper comes in and the player dives. Even the Guehi shirt pull of Mohamed Salah, that deserves a red card because he was the last man. It was a clear cut goal scoring opportunity. Salah was one on one against the goalkeeper if he doesn't snatch his shirt. And I get it that Guehi Salah was offside and that would not have happened. And if it was a penalty and VAR would have checked that, then it might have been a different case where you just give Salah offside and that is that. But the fact that you have given the free kick, you will have to also give the red card as well. So he got lucky there, although it was offside. Obviously, I know that. And the game was very weird. Like, this was pretty boring in the first half. Nothing much happened. Manchester City were dominating, and most of the game was happening in Liverpool's half. But Manchester City were bringing the ball from the left side to central zones and then passing to Haaland or Mamouche. Mamouche was trying to hit goals from long range. Haaland was had a few opportunities to shoot, and he did shoot, but nothing special in the first half. Liverpool's only hope was to give Kirkis the ball, and finds Gakpo somehow, and Gakpo wins his physical battles, his physical duels, and then finds his space into McAllister, and McAllister passes to Salah or someone. But it was one or two instances where this also happened. Ekitike had a few opportunities in the second half, clear cut goal scoring opportunity. That header was absolutely a sitter, and he should have scored that. So that was also disappointing. Liverpool were looking ominous. They could have scored two or three after the second half started. 45 fifth minute to 75 minute absolutely dominated the game, and it was looking like there is no way back for Manchester City. The game was looking like it was done and dusted, but Haaland somehow leaps and takes that game. And the bigger picture in this all is going to be how the title race is going to pan out. And Liverpool should genuinely be ashamed of themselves, and Slot should be ashamed of himself. And they don't deserve Europa League even. I think they don't deserve anything above Conference League. I trusted them with all my heart, and they have absolutely disappointed me. So I absolutely hate them. Obviously, I'll just watch them for no reason at all from now, because when it mattered the most, they have just choked, absolutely bottled that game. But let's see what repercussions this has in the Premier League. And if you look at the next few fixtures, we bring in Brentford away, Wolves away, Tottenham away, Chelsea. So three back-to-back away games. Although it is not too far from our home, but still Brentford away, Wolves away, Tottenham away. Brentford away should be much more difficult than it looks like, and so should be Tottenham, because Tottenham have also picked up their form back, and they will be up for a battle, and they would like to try their absolute best to stop us from winning the league. So they will be pumped up for that. And Chelsea at home, again we saw that we were not able to score a lot of goals in that fixture. We only scored because Chelsea had the deficit and they had to go all out attack, so we ended up scoring that goal. But if you look at it otherwise, we were not able to score against Chelsea. So that will also be a thing where we need to bring up more solutions. Maybe if Saka will be back, it would help us more. Odegaard will be back, and then we can create more. So that is a little bit of a threat. Brighton away, Everton at home, Bournemouth at home. These look very much winnable. But then, if Manchester City come within 3 points of us, then Manchester City away would become too important for us, and it would be in April. So we will be competing for the FA Cup. Hopefully, we'll be competing for Champions League. We'll be competing for the Premier League. Three trophies back to back, competing for everything, after every single going after every 3 days, competing in that intensity. Anything can happen. So I don't want to bring this league to a point where we are going on 18th April to Manchester City to fight for the league title. If you look at Manchester City's fixtures, that is the scary part, because their next five fixtures are pretty much easier, much more easier than what it is for us. Then they have to play Chelsea away, Arsenal at home, and then Burnley away would be easy. Everton away, you never know how that game is going to pan out. But if I check all the fixtures for Manchester City, what who do they play in the last three matches of their Premier League season? So last three games, last four games would be one would be Crystal Palace at home, which is also a bogey fixture for them. Maybe they can drop points there. Bournemouth away is not going to be easy, but if it is going to be at the end of the season, Bournemouth would not have too much to play for, so that could be easier. Brentford at home would not be easy if they continue their form, but maybe they will slow down a little bit by the end of the season, so that could also be easy. Aston Villa at home, last game of the season. Unai Emery, if he's competing for Europa League, will absolutely give them the B team to play and just be there for the beating. But if they are competing for the top four places, then it could also be an interesting fixture. So they end up on a little bit of a bad note. But I feel like if we check Arsenal's last eight fixture after they play Manchester City, it becomes very easy. It becomes Newcastle at home are not that good at home, Fulham at home, West Ham United, Burnley, and then Burnley at home should be pretty easy. And then we end up with Crystal Palace away, and Crystal Palace had not having too much to do for the last fixture of the season. Then it could become a really good opportunity for us to go there and win the league. But yeah, I don't want this to go beyond April. I wanted to make it finish. I wanted this league to be finished in March, but I don't look. No, it doesn't look like it is going to happen. So that is a scary part. But let's see what happens. This is a huge win for Manchester City, and yeah, it we I am a little bit scared. Actually, I realize that you won't be able to see a lot of fixtures this way. But anyway, I have told you what fixtures we are going to play. So yeah, huge win for Manchester City, and title race is truly on. I can say that title race is on now. Arsenal and Manchester City both cannot afford to slip up once, because if the other one catches, the pressure will be on, and then if the points gap becomes 3 points, 2 points, 1 points, then it is going to be absolutely mayhem by the end of the season. So a huge win for Manchester City, huge positive for them. They showed their mentality. They showed that they can come back from nowhere, and this will galvanize them to the point where they would want to go from here and win all those easy fixtures they have coming up, and mount a title challenge that is would be worth remembering. So Pep Guardiola, probably maybe his last season as well, so he would want his players to be very much motivated for this. Let's see what happens. For Arsenal, we have to do what we have to do. We have to keep our heads on the target. We have to focus on ourselves. We have to play with joy, not take too much pressure, and we have to just simply win every single game from now on to win this title. And that is what it will take. If that is what it takes to win the title, we have to do that, because that this is our only chance. Next season, you never know what is going to happen, who is going to become better. Maybe Liverpool will sort themselves out, Manchester United may rise, Chelsea might mature and finally mount a title race challenge. So, Premier League will only get stronger. So, this if we don't win this season, I don't know when we are going to win it. So, it is time for Arsenal to show the mentality that City showed today and then go toe to toe with them and finally clinch the Premier League title, which will be a well deserved Premier League title because this season has been very competitive and Manchester City have obviously given us a lot of opportunities to stay ahead, but still they have gone to Anfield away and won after 2021 for the first time. So it is not like they are absolutely garbage, they are trying their best as well. So let's see what happens. It is good for the Premier League, but it is not good for an Arsenal fan today that Manchester City have brought up such a crucial win out of nowhere. But yeah, congratulations to them. Let's see what happens, and I'll see you for the Brentford Arsenal preview and maybe other fixtures if they are happening. So yeah, bye.